Martin's Shave Tests, Wednesday 22nd of April, and I'm going to do part 2, so to speak, of a Coticule hone, just to show how simple it can be and how effective. I say part 2 because I messed up part 1. I put it onto the wrong channel because I've got a Sling Channel and I've got a straight razor channel, and what I'd done was I managed to transfer it onto YouTube and I'd wiped the actual video from the phone. So that was clever, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, Ardennes Coticule, reasonably modern one, meaning from a modern mine because it's got a foam lined case wood back. Here's the little beast. This is just a small Coticule. The reason I want to use a small Coticule today is because it's got plenty of meat on it, lots and lots and lots. So I've already done this, so I won't waste your time. Go across it with a pencil several times, thus, and that way you can get a coarse diamond plate. This is a very coarse diamond plate, because don't pansy about with very fine diamond plates. It's simply not worth it. So that's 120 grit. Give that a quick check, and lo and behold, all the pencil lines have gone because I've already done it, and that is now flat as a witch's tit. So now you can be assured of getting a slightly better angle. Anyway, this is a finer diamond plate, so just give it a couple of strokes on that, and that is flat. Anyway, I'm sure the little stones hidden inside the matrix don't care what I do, the garnets that is. Anyway, we'll now drive up a slurry. So there's a little slurry stone which I used yesterday. Very effective little hone video yesterday, but it's on my Slinging channel. So anyway, I'm doing another one today. The two razors I used to remove my moustache were both factory edged razors, so neither were particularly good. The one that was far better, as you might imagine, was a TI and Dovo 5/8, but the little Dovo wasn't particularly good. So anyway, the Dovo, as of yesterday's video, has now been rehoned and is now hanging hair testing perfectly. So we've just driven up a little bit of a slurry. I'll turn this stupid tap off, hang on. And what are we going to use today? We're going to use a very beautiful, again, I do love the faux, meaning fake, the faux tortoiseshell razors. And this one, of course, is the one I used the other day for a shave, but it's fairly effective, but not that good. This is a Le Chasseur, and this is a 5/8, but I've already done yesterday, already done the Dovo, and that's on the wrong channel. So here we go. This is how I haven't bothered taping. I'm not going to take very much metal off, so why bother taping the spine if you're actually not going to do an awful lot? I have checked the symmetry. If you don't check that, on old razors, you often find there's a warp, so you really should check. But being a modern razor, I have checked it. The geometry is fine. So we know the geometry is fine on this razor. So let's go straight ahead. So my usual trick, which I've just forgotten, is first kill the edge. 1, 2, 3. And now, yep, that's now a dead edge. You can roll it up and down your thumbnail. It will not catch. So you've killed the edge. Okay, back to where we were. I'm a bit confused this morning. Do forgive me. Right, back to the Coticule. Driving up a slurry is wonderful. Then checking when you've got the actual steel on the Coticule stone, the colour changes. That's critical. If the colour change is reasonably rapid, you know you've got quite a sharp stone. The little garnets inside the matrix of the Coticule are doing their job. So you can see there's pure white and there's the grey. So that's the metal removed. As soon as you've checked that the symmetry of the blade is correct, go to doing this and then check. Oh, it's there already. This had actually not a bad edge. Although we've killed it, it was only lightly killed. So there's not a lot of metal to remove. But there we go with the same principle again. Let's just check on the nail. Do you know, I think it's already there. That's going to save a lot of work. So now work our way down through the slurries. That was heavy to medium slurry. Now, because I'm watering it down, this is now just a light slurry. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. I think if you put an awful lot of pressure on the stone, obviously the little garnets are going to cut more. But I don't think, after you've got your initial bevel set, which this has been done now, then you can work down through the layers, so to speak. So I'd say that is pretty good. Let's check one more time. The nail test is a very good test. No, I want to do some more. This way, if it's grabbing your nail really well, you know you've set your bevel. There's a little bit of grayness still there. That's a very fine slurry now. So now we can probably do a few normal, what I call normal strokes, backwards and forwards. The rotary strokes you saw me doing has a little more effect for removing the steel, in my opinion. Right, let's try that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's done it. So now we do the final lap, or laps, which should be very, very light slurry. Just a few drops of water now. Just residual. And then we'll do the final, which is of course under running water. But already I can feel this is starting to stick. That's a good sign. Then running water. I'm trying to make this as brief as I can. I don't want to bore you all to death. Right, running water. Just a little bit of running water. Yeah. That's sticking. That's definitely sticking now. That's the final test. So it only takes, what, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes. If you're using any other method, particularly with good synthetic stones, you do need to have a progression going from sort of 1K, 2K per bevel set all the way down to 12K with you know, just a few gaps in between. The great joy with a coticule, even a small coticule, and this is a small coticule, you don't need to do that, because the coticule is a magic stone. And if you get it dead right, it will give you a very kind shave. Yep, that's sticky. That's very, very sticky. So there you have it. I should put this back where it belongs, hopefully, in its little case. Wash the slurry off the slurry stone and put that back. So there we have it. This is now ready for the main test, which is to take it upstairs to my bathroom, because I haven't got any down here. Take it upstairs. I always try, just for a joke, I try to hanging hair test it straight off the stones. It won't. Very, very, very rarely could you get a hanging hair test straight from the stones. So what I tend to do is to go to a decent, to get any little tiny microscopic burrs off the very fine edge, always give it a strop on canvas. And then I should use again canvas, probably a white canvas, and use TI and white paste. Give it about 40 laps on that, and then 40 laps on plain canvas before hanging hair testing it. Anyway, I'll do that upstairs. I'll see if I can do that by actually pausing the video. Back again, upstairs in the bathroom. This is a really cheap strop. This is a Harry Alley from London, Harry Alley strop. It's actually quite nice leather on one side, it's white cotton canvas on the other with the TI's paste on it. So we're just going to quickly continue this simple honed. Do excuse the strange noises I'm making, hooking things up. Anyway, I'm going to, first of all, which I forgot, I'm going to do a couple of laps, 2 seconds, on plain canvas. So that just theoretically would remove any residual blurs. That's that. You can hear me but not see me, because I've got everything at the wrong height. Let me now hang this one back up. Always have a fair number of strops. You don't need dozens, which I have. Anyway, let me just try this on another position, up here. That'll do. This is the Harry Alley, now hung up. Let's now try. This was reasonably recently refreshed, so it has got a fair amount of white TI paste refreshed on it. There's always a slight drag. The paste itself is wax based, so you're going to feel a slight resistance. This is not the same as normal stropping. Anyway, that will be sufficient normally. Just need a little extra bite to the edge, and then of course go on to the other side, which is the leather side, the natural leather side, and see if I can just get that to work properly, which it won't. And we'll do a few laps on the leather. Unfortunately, as I say, this is a little bit of a Heath Robinson effort here from me. Early morning. But you can hear it anyway, guys, if not see it. So once you've done a few laps, it's worth hanging hair testing. I must say, normally I do about 40, but let's just see if it'll pass the hanging hair test. One hair, one razor, perfect. Yep. You should do the hanging hair test along the whole length of the blade. Yeah, yeah. Being only a 5/8, it doesn't make the loudest amount of noise on the hanging hair test, but I hope you can see this, guys. Possibly not, no. Angles are everything. Yeah, it's still cutting, but I'll give it a few more to say. I don't want to bore you to tears, but you should really ideally do about, in my case, about 40. That's 20. That'll do. So that's about 40 laps. Let's see if we can find a decent piece of hair somewhere. I had one just now. Oh yeah. Hair. Cutting but not loud. Try again. Yep. 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 That'll do. This is pathetic. Do forgive me. Yeah. Yeah. So that is now a TI's 5/8, which wasn't cutting very well on my moustache removal video, and is now cutting very nicely. However, the Dovo was even more poorly honed. So the Dovo is now back together. This one is now back together. Hopefully I'll do another video fairly soon of me shaving with both as a comparison, because both the Dovo and the TI, the TI's, have both had a honing in exactly the same method on the same stone, which was of course a little Coticule. So let's see how they perform later. Anyway guys, that basically is it. We've gone from flattening a Coticule stone on a diamond plate to honing the actual edge and then finally stropping it, all ready to go. Anyway, Martin's shave test. I hope this is vaguely amusing. Over and out.